Hello,
Hi, everybody.
welcome to Country Stitchers, and I'm Liz,
I'm Deb.
and we'd like to thank you for tuning in to our fourth broadcast. And today we have a surprise. We talked a little bit last week about if you tuned in this week, we would have something for you that would be different. Deb?
Yes, we do. Do we want to do the fortune teller winner?
Sure, we could
Or
do that
this-
first.
Okay.
We said last week, this is a segue, we'll go segue back to the other thing in a minute.
Sorry.
We were gonna.
That's my
You should have
fault.
been here for the pre-videotaping sessions we had. Oh, more time spent there than on any video before. We said we were going to give away the fortune teller pattern, and the person that this is going to go to is Shauna.
Mm-hmm.
And Shauna, you also follow Deb on Instagram, so she
Yes,
can
you
get in
do.
touch with you. And we'd like to say, have fun
And
stitching.
Shauna is actually on YouTube. She is under Adelaide Cottage, if you would like to check her out. I knew exactly who you were when your name was pulled, so I will get a hold of you, Shauna, through Instagram. Congratulations.
And enjoy.
Yes. All right, so our surprise. No?
Yes,
Yeah?
absolutely.
All right. Well,
Different.
okay.
This
All
is
right.
one, that's the other.
Okay. Do you want to say the name?
Sure. We decided, because we were so surprised by all the support and all the people who commented and subscribed to our channel in the last 3 videos, that we wanted to do something special. So we decided to do a stitchy gift. And our gift was not announced, and we decided we would just random generate a number and go through our subscriber list and pull out that person's name. And that is Penny Strites.
Yes. Congratulations, Penny.
So Penny, if you will contact Deb on Instagram or me by email, and we'll list both of those addresses in our description on the video, we will mail this off to you.
So we're going to show you your goodies. We'll show everyone.
Yes.
There is a Peyote Fob with a C and an S, of course, for Country Stitchers, in beautiful spring colors, made just for you. There we go. So you have that, and then everybody's always in need of cards for different occasions. So we have some made-up cards for you
And if
that
you,
were hand stamped. I'm trying to
if you
show
can't figure it out,
Well,
the peyote stitch was done by me. That was my design, and these are Deb's designs, and she put these cards together.
and baby card. Let me know if I'm getting them on there, Liz. I
Yep.
can't really see very well.
I think they can.
Wedding card.
Yeah, a little farther back, maybe. There you go.
Good.
Perfect.
And sending you good thoughts.
This is my favorite color combination. I like this one. We bought scrapbook supplies to do journals for our,
And a Mother's Day card because that's
Stitching
coming
time.
up.
and those
Okay.
other colors were the
So you
colors
have
on it.
Yes. You have a half dozen of different cards that, in case you need them.
And
They
it
are
all
there
is
for
going to
you.
come to you in a special package.
And everything will come to you in this beautiful bag. Has a little owl button on it. The inside is this fabric. So you will be getting that if you contact us, Country Stitchers.
At the bottom,
Yes.
put both addresses.
Yes. Yes. So congratulations, Penny.
Yes, and thank you to everyone for subscribing.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Stay tuned today, and we'll tell you more about something else. First, I'd like to just take a quick minute, since we were showing this fob that we designed for this purpose, and I've been showing a lot of fobs. I had one more fob that I had made for Deb, and I had not shared on a video, and I wanted to show you that one. That's a seahorse. It was pretty cool. I like this one. It had different types of beads, and it had several charms on it. And that is Fern Ridge Collections kit. And if I didn't say so before, these all came kitted, and that's why I changed the colors on that Felicity Rose pattern to olive and lilac. And I decided that they're Felicity Lilac and Felicity Olive. But also, when you do the peyote stitch, I would be lost. Oh, sorry. I did have one last one. I had shown you this partially done, and I did finish this one last week. The little lamb that went with the pattern. Again, the kit that it came with by Fern Ridge Collections. But I wouldn't get these started unless I had the help of this particular card. It's done by Deb Moffett-Hall, and what it does is it allows you to start on an odd count peyote, and these little cards come, and by using this card you can build your rows from the first one on up without any difficulty using a one needle process. If you try to do that with one needle without the card, for me, I fumbled all the time. So I wanted to just show this and thank Deb for her creation. She does have a website. It's called patternstobead.com. And this is the pattern I have of hers, and you guys are keeping me accountable to try to get through some of these other things I have. This is a Christmas pattern I'm going to start, and it's like a topping or a sash, if you will, to go over a glass or a styrofoam silk ornament, and I'm looking forward to doing that one. So that was what I wanted to talk about.
Yes.
Connection with that gift we were giving away.
Yes. Oh, Jerry just had a couple questions. Jerry was wondering where the winter bell pool was found, and it is in the February issue, the Stony Creek Magazine, 2007, February 2007. So hopefully you can...
And that was part of a series that started in February 2006.
Right.
So I think it was about every 3 months, they had the seasonal bell pull. So.
Yes.
And on their website, you can order back issues of that magazine.
Okay.
On Stony Creek.
And also, if you are going to stitch that, Lana, thank you very much for letting me know about how Elizabeth finished it. If anybody wants to check it out, she's at Vintage Stitches.
All one word.
Yes.
On YouTube.
She did not do a winter bell pull. She got this awesome frame from Hobby Lobby, and I guess it had chalkboards all in it, so she punched out the chalkboards.
It's a month long,
and
has a little circle that follows the days of the month, like a calendar.
Yeah, it's very long, and then she just put a letter into each square, so that was very beautiful.
And it had one left for a chalkboard.
Yeah, that was really, really pretty.
Yeah, so, very clever when she
yeah, so thank you very much, because I did enjoy seeing that.
And kudos to Elizabeth.
Yeah, yes. Just another comment that Stacy made, Stacy Walker. She wanted to know about the whipped, I call it a whipped backstitch, that I had showed on my needle worker. I'll try and hold it closer so you can see it, but it's the thread from the bird's mouth that goes all the way over to the needle. See how it stands out from the fabric a little bit?
And it is exactly what it sounds like. The title of the stitch.
It's very, very easy. So it could be either called whipped or wrapped backstitch. And just to show you really quick how easy it is, this was in a magazine then that I was just looking at. You seriously just backstitch, and then on top of your fabric, underneath your thread, you're just going to wind your needle just around. Everything's on top of your fabric. But it just, I like to do it with spider webs.
So after you couch the stitch or stitch the back stitch, then you're stitching around each individual stitch.
Yeah, just on the
all
top
one thread
of the fabric. Yeah, yeah, and it just helps it stand out a little bit more. So hopefully that helps that.
Yeah.
Oh, and also I thought it was funny. We had a comment from Susie, and she meant this.
No, just tell her what she said, because it was so true this morning.
So cute. She meant, well, no, because she meant to call us. She thought it was so sweet that we were besties, but she spelled it beasties. That's hilarious. So, yes,
This
Liz, you're my
morning it
beastie.
we were trying to work through some things, and it was like, but that's not what I meant. I was like, well, what did you mean?
Oh my gosh. So that was cute. I
Yes,
like
it
that
was.
a lot. You're my beastie. And I want to say thank you.
Oh, what time is it? It's 10 minutes into our video.
Yes, that's a special time.
Yes, from this video forward, we'd like to do something different. We'd like to thank our subscribers every week by generating a new recipient of a tribute to our subscribers. And it will be something crafty. Not necessarily something for you to make. It might be, but it could also be something that we've made for you. And at 10 minutes into the video, we're going to
Announce.
let our alarm go off, and we will announce the name of a new subscriber. So if you would please send your information to the address in our description if you hear your name called.
Yes, please.
And we'd like to designate that our subscriber tribute.
Yes, thank you. Every video we will pick a new person, and we'll never pick the same person twice.
Nope.
So,
Thank you.
all right. I wanted to say a thank you to Michelle. She follows me on Instagram, and she had finished the hands-on design Fresh Eggs Farm. I'm probably the last person that didn't have this pattern, but I wanted to stitch it, and she very kindly sent it to me. Very, very sweet. So now I have it, and when we go away in, gosh, 2 weeks.
Yep.
Oh my. Yeah, when we go,
Our guild retreat.
yes, I'm going to pick out fabric and thread when we're there. So cute. So thank you very much, Michelle. I really appreciate it.
And that's a Kathy Haberman design. And I was watching her on YouTube and also saw a comment from her. And I'd just like to say congratulations. She just passed an anniversary of when she started her first needle workshop and venture. So congratulations, Kathy.
Yes. All right. You want to show
Okay.
what your
I
work-
have a couple of things. The first thing I'd like to start with is something that I finished. And it's by Old Colonial.
we finished.
One of the things we've noticed is that people have been telling us they enjoy the fact that we have a variety of things we do. And as I read it, I thought, well, I have something I just finished that's really different. And Deb had finished hers eons ago, and so I was a little bit slow on mine, but I had just actually communicated with the designer, Pam Reed. She's with Old Colonial, about the charm on this because somehow I mislaid mine. So I stuck another little charm on it for the time being, but these little dolls are penny. And they have just an apron that you stitch. They came completely made. And they were very fun, very quick. But they sit on the shelf in your stitching room or in your living room or in your curio cabinet. And they go very nicely. Deb changed her floss out on the bottom section to be a little darker. I changed mine to be a little darker than what it originally called for, but I still kept it more of a cream color on mine. So that was one piece we wanted to show. Along with that, I did want to share something that I would like to get started after I finish my Shepherd's Bush fold series. I'm going to start this Old Colonial series. It has a basket that comes with a
Pretty.
top. Yep. And it's a nice size. And
pretty.
there are several pieces that go to it. And this came out in 2005. So it was quite a while ago when I first saw it. And I didn't get it then. I got it a while later. Let me actually slip that out because I got something else in front of it.
Can you see?
Yep, I didn't get it then. Let's bring it back this way a little bit. And what I did was I ordered it after I moved back here from Illinois, so roughly the last probably 7 years. And it has several pieces. This is another piece that I got that has a ruler case. And then I believe there are a couple more accessories that you can get for it. Those are the only ones I have. I'd like to keep looking and see if I can't find the patterns for the other accessories. But that's also by Pam Reed at Old Colonial. And I didn't want to show her dolly without showing the stitching kit that I was working on.
All right, so what else are you working on?
I'm going to go to what we actually have in progress. All right. The piece I showed you last week was my Easter piece by Cross-Eyed Cricket. And I didn't start it because now that I picked out the other fabric for it, which I showed you last week, I laid the colors on the fabric and I didn't care for how they looked. So I went on another search for this fabric, and Deb and I looked at it after I pulled these, and we decided to change the letters to these colors. The palette originally is very light, and the fabric they called for is different than mine, but they had the letters in more of a pastel, and I wanted the bolder letters. So we threw them on there, and
Very pretty.
these are the, give you an idea.
Okay.
These up here on this corner in the knot, let me flip this over, are the thread colors they called for the letters
Yeah.
versus the threads that I pulled up there at the top.
Yeah.
And I just like
It's
the
gonna be
bolder
so
colors.
pretty. Yeah, it's gonna be really, really pretty.
So I'm going to work on that. I know it's not Easter, but I'll work on that a little at a time. And maybe it'll get stuck away until next spring a little bit later. But that one I just wanted to say that did not conclude with changing the fabric. I then had to change the colors that went with it. What do you have?
And I have something different to show you. It's gold work, and we actually took a class last Jamboree? Okay.
Last October.
Yeah. Deborah Merrick-Wilson, she's the designer. This is what it will look like when it's finished. This is really fun though, and very, very different to work with, that's for sure. This is what I have done so far. I have the leaf and then the start of the flower. But I find this very interesting and fun.
It is a very different technique.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, you get, it's like gilded wire that you get, different kinds of it, and it's, if you ever look it up there, I don't know if she has like a website where you can check her out, and maybe she can explain some of it to you, but it is really, really pretty in person. Oh my gosh, the work she had there was beautiful.
If you want to see some history on it, I believe the Royal School of Needlework from England has pieces on their website of gold work, and it's very beautiful, and that's kind of the heritage through there. I know she went and took classes over there and studied over there too.
Okay. Yeah, but it's really, really pretty. Like when we did the leaf here, you know, I mean, every little gold piece is laid in there. It's just so pretty, so different. And the material has sparkles in it too. Really nice. That'll look pretty framed. So I'm gonna try and get that finished. And I did a little bit more work on my bunny. Got the sign completely finished, the numbers in the sign, and it's about almost completely halfway finished. I'm
Completely halfway finished.
completely halfway finished. Stop it, BC. So that, and then I started, it's called a 100-day stitch. Oh, I lost my paper because I want to tell you. Sorry. Betsy Morgan, she came and taught a class at the Guild, and she had this finished and framed on the table, and it was so pretty. And I just started it. If you would like to see what it looks like finished, you could go to willinghandsstitching.blogspot.com.
We'll list that in the description.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's not really, it's not cross stitch. It's just a lot of, I don't know.
What she did is she met someone who started a program called the 100-Day Stitch, and they were going to stitch every day for 100 days. A few minutes a
One
day.
motif
And
a day.
so what she did was she took all of the motifs that she had and she just started building this piece. And when she was done, she charted it, and she shared those charts with us at our guild when she came and taught a class. But they aren't necessarily all her motifs. So it's not a pattern that she has for sale. She just shared it with us and showed us what it looked like.
And you can see a picture of it on that blog spot. It's really,
She
really
has it
cool looking.
finished.
I chose colors from my stash. She gives you the names of silk. on
Gloriana
here,
silks.
Gloriana silk. I just kind of chose colors I already had. And I only have one little motif started in the corner. So there's 100 motifs. Finish one a day. But oops, there you are. I just started this guy right here. So if you're interested, check that out. It's really pretty.
And Betsy did that class at our guild, and when she did, she had a little piece we did in the class. This will give you an idea of the Gloriana silk colors. I did not get this completely put together yet. That's the face or the back of it, however you want to do it. And then the opposing piece is completed, but it's not put together yet. And it goes on a cord with a tassel at the bottom, and it's actually slides up and down the cord for you to get it on and off your scissors. It's very clever.
Yeah.
So that is the piece, and I really do like the colors that were in the piece that we did.
Very pretty. Yeah. Other than that, I brought this over to show you guys. I'm just doing a punch needle. I have it on my floor stand. This is actually a quilting stand by, who did we say it was again?
Jasmine Heirlooms.
Yeah, that's right. I got this from my Nana, so she blessed me with it. It's a really cool stand though, because it actually tilts, and I can get to the back of this if I loosen the back and turn it, so it's easy for me to punch needle, and it stays as tight as a drum.
It's not being made anymore.
The pattern that is on it is from With Thy Needle and Thread, Brenda Gervais, and it's the Homestead Sampler. It's quite large, so that's the piece. But it's a lot of fun.
Pictures on patterns for those always look to me like tapestries. They don't look like punch needle.
Yeah, yeah. And I also have a picture of it on my Instagram, if you're following me on Instagram, so that is fun. That is a fun one. And that's it for me. That's what I'm working on.
Okay. I had a pattern. Deb was talking last week about our retreat and what she was working on. And I had pulled out, I thought it was funny, just a series of Snapperland for the summer. She was talking about the one she did, and this was her pattern she passed on to me. And there's just 4 in it. I won't get real detailed with all of them, but I think what I'm going to do, instead of laying them lengthwise as a row, which is the way they have it finished, and I'll show you on the back how they laid it out. That pattern for the border is online, and we downloaded a copy of that. So what I think I'm going to do is make it in a box so that they're above and beside each other.
Oh, cool.
And I'm going to use the upright pieces of the border in between and the horizontal piece of the border across in between. And instead of it being long and narrow, it'll be more of a box. So
Very cool.
I think I'm going to go, oh, actually, that one had the complete design on the back of it.
I could have brought mine down. It's upstairs in the bathroom, hanging up.
Yes, you did mention that last week,
Think about
didn't
it.
you? So that'll be something I'm thinking of doing, or at least gathering the rest of the supplies for when we're
Yeah.
down at our retreat.
Yeah.
And I had one other piece just for grins that
Oh,
has been
that's
sitting
cute.
forever, and I think I want to do it. I want to do this in honor of my granddaughters, just because
That's
when they come, we have such a good time, and I thought this would be so fun to put up in the kitchen for them. My kitchen is blue toile, so it'll look pretty in there. And this is by Lottie Daw. What am I saying?
Yeah.
Lottie Daw did this, and
That's
so
cute.
I want to put that on the list of current hits.
Oh, speaking about punch needle, I also wanted to share this. We came across this, not long ago, I guess.
I saw it on YouTube.
Oh, yeah?
I did.
Yeah?
And that's when I told you about it. Yep.
Okay. Well, I love it. I think that it's the Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. It comes out quarterly. Is that right?
Yes.
I think so.
And it's not actually on the quarter mark. They keep you updated on their website as to when it's going to be published.
But not only do they have punch needle, they also have cross stitch in here. But
It's
it
a
is
combination of primitive patterns and punch needle.
Yeah, it's an awesome magazine if anybody's interested. I mean, I didn't know about this till my beastie told me about it. So if anybody else
Yeah,
is
I
unaware,
bought
they have such cute.
the
cute,
first
cute.
issue. After I saw it, I subscribed and got the Christmas mega issue, they called it.
Yeah.
And then Deb found that issue in a store, right?
No,
first issue?
I just looked them up online and ordered it.
You only bought
called-
the first issue, though, right?
I got that Christmas one.
Yeah.
And then this is
And
my.
then she
this was the
subscribed.
second one then that,
Yeah.
that came to me. Yeah, but it's those. You know how you keep some magazines and then some you just kind of maybe take out a pattern or two, but you don't really keep the whole magazine. These you keep. That's a keeper. That's for sure. All right. Well, I think have we covered everything for today?
One last thing. I was
one?
talking about gadgets last week.
Oh yeah, it's Gadget Corner.
And so I forgot. I said I have one thing, but it's a combination. This was a piece I stitched several years ago, and this sits next to my chair. And I just tuck in the things that I use just to sit and stitch with. And I really enjoy it. That was by Little House Needleworks, and this piece is another one of those Impy Bee and Hattie pieces that you get pre-made. But this never leaves my finger. Once it goes on in the morning, it stays when I'm doing kitchen work. It stays when I take the dog out. It's just there until evening when I get ready to get settled in my chair and not stitch anymore. And this thimble is very small, and it has a little adhesive pad on the back. It's called an Ultra Thimble, and it's by Old Colonial Designs, the people that did, Pam Reed did the little girl and the stitching basket. And it comes with the adhesive pads, and I think I have 7 that I keep in various projects and then next to my chair. And that, I cannot believe that I actually talked about my other gadgets without talking about my thimble. But that leaves me with one last comment about the boo-boo stick. People inquired, and so I thought, gosh, I didn't think to look that up. But when I did, it has a couple of other styles of boo-boo stick. The one that I found on the websites most frequently is the one that has like a mascara brush end on it. And then another little more of a bottle brush end on the other side to use when you're frogging, to take the stitches out. So that's the one I've located. And if you just do a search on any of your online needlework stores, or even perhaps in your own LNS, ask there. They are still sold.
Is this actually called a boo-boo stick?
Yes.
Really?
Packaged as a boo-boo stick. Yep. And it's by a woman, Judy. And like I said, there were 2 this design. One was 26 and one was 28, which was reference to the needle size. And the other one I'm talking about comes in a little tube like this, and on each side of the stick are those 2 brushes I mentioned. I need to get myself one of those. I don't have it. I have a little cosmetic mascara brush that my mother used as a Mary Kay consultant that I took out of her supplies one time and stuck it in my stitching things. So if I run across the other sized needle pieces, I will let you know for sure in one of our videos.
I think they should call it a boo-hoo stick. 'Cause I cry when I'm ripping them. All right. Well, thank you again for tuning in. And
Yes.
Penny, don't forget, get a hold of us. Congratulations.
Yes.
And we will send your goodies out to you. And next week we'll see who our tribute winner is. Our
Yes.
subscriber tribute winner is. All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye from Country Stitch.